What needs to be done nowadays to get people's attention is pretty disappointing. Supercar, cool. Supercar, cool. Other really cool cars. Now I probably have your fucking attention. Now you'll actually listen to me. So, if you scroll away from this video, it's going to be a huge mistake. Because if you want somebody to shoot straight with you and give you the actual reality of what your reality is going to be, I'm going to shoot it to you and give it to you straight. Most people, like 99% of people, do not want to mentor somebody. They do not want to be your mentor. They want to sell you a course. Now, there's a lot of guys nowadays that have courses for like $5 grand, $7 grand for a course. That literally makes me sick to my stomach. Supreme Commerce, my company, has been around since 2016, so I know what I'm talking about. I sold a lot of courses. I had a lot of students, a lot of clients. And the reality is, the money that you're going to make, literally, in the end, no matter what, comes down to you, not somebody else. No one's going to mentor you to success. You have like a 1 in a million chance of getting somebody that will genuinely hold your hand until you're successful, right? Like I said, 99% of the time, or 99.999% of the time, it's just going to be you buying a course and then you're still on your own. You might get a bit of support in a group chat. You might have a Discord. You might have a Facebook group. You might even get some answers from the mentors themselves, but nobody's going to hold your hand to success. You have to do it, right? Everything that I've done on my own. You have to do it yourself. Now, the only way that you can get rich, essentially, and get the life that you want, other than becoming lucky, right, buying a meme coin at the right time or winning the lottery, the only two realities there are for you is one, making as much money as you can with whatever job or career or business that you have that generates any amount of money. Try to get something that pays you the most. Even if it's the shittiest job in the world, just use it and utilize it as a tool for yourself. Work the most hours possible. Sacrifice as much of your time as you can, because if you don't got money, but you got time, you got the same amount of time as everybody else. So you need to use as much time as possible, right? Work a shit job, work overtime, take as much money as possible and learn to invest, right? Invest as much money as possible in high yield, low to moderate risk assets, right? Not just putting money in the stock market. I'm talking money in crypto, money in equity services, money in done-for-you trading services, things that are actually going to generate you income. Now, the only other way for you to get successful, other than, sacrificing all your time and building a business yourself, which is what I did, and now I invest and I have my money work for me. So if you don't have the money to invest to have the money work for you, you have to do the work yourself. This is the reality, whether you paid for a course or not. Right? I highly recommend not paying $5 grand plus for a course, because it's going to be a ripoff. I guarantee it if it's a course. The only other way for you to do it is to copy what other people are doing, right? So if someone's a successful day trader and they actually publish 100% of their trades in a Discord, and they are actually successful as a trader, and you're able to copy and paste that, you have a way higher chance of making money doing that than buying somebody's course, right? And this is coming from someone who used to sell courses. I still have courses on the Supreme Commerce website, but I have not pushed a single course in over 4 or 5 years, because I realized the amount of people that I've taught versus the amount of people that were actually successful. I think I taught over 10,000 people how to do e-commerce and day trading, and maybe a couple thousand of them were able to do well. That's not my fault, right? That's the person's fault. They bought the course and then they did nothing with it. Or they bought the course and they weren't willing to put in more than 5 or 10 hours a week on it, because they thought, oh, this guy's teaching me and he's successful. I'm going to be successful really easy, right? And this is the reality that people need to realize. It's up to you, man. You need to put in the sacrifice. And if you don't, you're fucked. That's the reality. You have no choice but to put in the sacrifice, right? If you think 40 hours a week is a lot, it's not. That's part-time. When I started my first business, I was literally working 90, 100 plus hours a week. I'd get up at 8 or 9 in the morning, and I wouldn't get off the computer doing my eBay and Amazon shit till sometimes 12, midnight, 1, 2 in the morning. What is that? It's like a 16-hour day, and I did that 7 days a fucking week. How many hours is that? That's over 100 hours a week. So when you complain about 40 hours a week, you get home, I'm too tired to build a business. I don't have the time. Yeah, you do. You're just straight up fucking lazy. So if you're not willing to put in the sacrifice, and you don't have the money to invest, which is the other way to get rich, is learning to invest, and you're not willing to work extra overtime or whatever job, or take a shittier job for more money because you prefer comfort, then you're going to be the type of person that never gets rich. This is just the fucking reality, man. You don't have a choice. You have to sacrifice, put in the work, learn to invest, and sacrifice more than the average person, or you will never live more than the average life. Right? Like I said, the only other way for you to get rich, if you don't want to build a business, if you don't have the money to invest, is to copy somebody. Right? And these services are way cheaper than these retarded $5,000, $7,000 courses people are selling. Right? Sports betting. There's obviously a lot of bullshit and a lot of scammers. So you have to do your due diligence and find somebody that's truly profitable with a track record and the data to prove it. Once you find that, you copy someone that's a sports bettor. If you like sports, you can make a lot of money doing that. You can do the same thing with day trading, right? With any other thing like e-commerce or stuff like that, that's building a business. You're going to need to put in the time and effort beyond. You can't just copy somebody with something like that. You really need to pay somebody to do it for you. And again, then it's where you need the money. So if you don't have the money to invest, you don't have the money for someone else to do it for you, you don't have the money to put in stocks, equity services, high yield assets, real estate, things like that, you need to do it yourself, or you need to copy somebody. I highly recommend copying someone because that's going to be a way better way for you to do it. Sports betting, day trading, there's a lot of things that people sell very cheaply, a couple $100 a month, for you to be able to copy and make significant amount of money with, that you don't need to drop 5 to 10 grand on some stupid course that's going to basically say, you need to do this yourself in the end. And if you weren't willing to do it in the first place, now that guy's got your 7 grand. And sorry, my courses have no refunds. This is the route you need to go, and this is the reality check you need. So if you don't take action after watching this video, I don't know what to tell you. And in 5 to 10 years, if your life hasn't changed, it's your fault.